The old coot here coming at you with another exciting video. So I'm doing just a little teaser, just a little preview. There will be a longer, more in-depth video literally right after this one. That's going to be about 26 minutes long if you want a true in-depth how to use all the functions and the settings, how to wash it, clean it, all the measurements and everything. What I wanted to do is just give everybody a preview. I have an Oster toaster that works really good. The problem is over the years of washing it and cleaning it, all the numbers have worn off. So it's kind of hard to use. And also I kind of wanted to go see that Oster, that little logo right there. Great oven. It's like, and there I am. Hi, how are you? Just saying hello. Okay. So great oven. I'm still going to keep it. I might take it with me on like some excursion or something, or if I ever have to travel and I need like a decent oven, I may still keep this, or I will still keep this. But what I wanted was I wanted a new toaster oven that had something of like an air fry convection oven type of a thing to it. So you're going to see all that in the next video. But what this video is going to do is it's just going to give you some broad strokes of what's going on here. Measurements, just real quick. I'm just ballparking from the other video that I made. This is somewhere around 18 inches. This was somewhere around, I think, 11. And then you have a bump out back here for like to fit a 12-inch pizza in there. With the bump out to the front, you're looking at somewhere around 14 inches, give or take. And then you also have a little stopper. See this little black part right there? You have a little stopper so you don't go right up against the wall. You always want to leave yourself about an inch all the way around, more if you can. You want to leave yourself like an inch all the way around the oven just so that airflow can move, because this will get hot. Everything around this will get hot, so just be careful. Okay, really quick functionality, all that good stuff. You lift the lid, right, so that you don't have to like drop the lid down and take up more counter space. This way, you know, if you're in like a motor home or you're in that kind of environment, college dorm room where you can use these, make sure that your school allows that, whatever, or apartment or whatever, you just lift the lid and you take up less counter space instead of having the door come out. Well, anyways, when you first get it, wash this tray, wash the rack, wash the crumb tray, and also wash the air fryer basket. Very important. Just warm soapy water, soft side of a sponge. You're basically just trying to get off any kind of oils or lubricants that were used in making these, right? When they press form these, the sheet metal, all that kind of stuff, slag from the weld mark, you know, you kind of get the idea. Just warm soapy water, soft sided sponge, you should be good. What do you get with this? You do get an instruction manual that opens up. This whole thing folds or opens up like a big newspaper. So keep that in mind. I think it's in 2 or 3 different languages. You'll have to do your own homework and explore and research and all that good stuff. It's a user's manual, care, maintenance instructions, all that good stuff. Make sure you read that. So you've washed everything out. You've cleaned everything. Now let's talk about the functionality of how everything works. Make sure your little crumb tray goes in, right? You could line this in foil if you want to make cleaning that up even easier or whatever. Then you've got your grilling rack. Then you've got like your baking pan, let's call it. And then you've got like your air fryer rack. So let's say you were going to air fry. There's 2 different levels. See if I can do this with one hand without spilling anything. There's a bottom level, right? There's a bottom level and then there's a top level. So if you're going to air fry, I usually go bottom level because the food gets elevated to kind of like the middle anyway. The way you would do that is you would set the top knob. Top knob goes from 0 basically. I think this is like 0 to 150 degrees. You'll hear a little click when you pass through the 150 mark, kind of like a turn signal, like in a car. Set it to this, which is air fry, right? There should be a line here separating the bottom knobs from the top knob, but that broil, toast, air fry, you have to be at that 450 to activate those 3 functions. Okay, middle knob, the bake. And by the way, these are soft clicks. So from bake to broil, it's a soft click to toast, soft click to air fry. But if you're on the bake setting, only the bottom 2 burners go, like only the bottom 2 burners turn on. If you're at the broil setting, only the top 2 burners go on. If you're on toast, both the bottom 2 and the top 2 burners, see those little gray rods back there, those black rods? Those are like that little black rod right there going across. That is your burner. That's the actual heating element. So toast and air fry, I believe both the top and the bottom burner elements turn on. Okay, the timer. How does the timer work? This is also confusing because they put the light toast with the dark toast and that right next to each other. What it really means is the lighter you want your toast, the more counterclockwise this knob should be. I'm not going to turn it because it's hard to get it back. But if you want your toast darker, just keep turning it more clockwise and you'll have to experiment. But if you want to air fry, you're at 450 degrees, you're at the air fry function. Then this knob here, you can turn to whatever time your air fry prepackaged goods instructions tell you to do. Sweet potato fries, Ore-Ida fries, Gordon's fish sticks, whatever the case may be, whatever it is you're air frying, cauliflower, whatever. Let's say you need to go more than 30 minutes. What you do is this is where a lot of people screwed this up in other videos, is see that button right there? And then see that button right there? Those are squeezy buttons. That's a technical term. Squeezy, squeezy, squeezy. If you want to go past 30 minutes and you want to cook indefinitely, just leave the toaster on. Instead of going around, what you do is you just go to the left. So squeeze, when the oven's in the off position, squeezy, squeezy, and then just, it's kind of a firm turn, but you turn and go to on. So now you're on. And it won't go past that to go back to 30. It just stays on. Danger, Will Robinson, warning, warning, warning. My oven is unplugged. If you are going to set your oven to stay on, set a timer. Cell phone, set a counter time, just set some kind of timer to know that this sucker is on. So if the phone rings, you get distracted. If you have to leave the house for whatever reason, you will know that this thing is on. If you have to leave for whatever reason, make sure to squeezy, squeezy, right? The squeezy buttons, go back to off. You'll hear that ding, the light will shut off, and then you'll know that you're off. I'll give you another scenario. Let's say you set the timer for 25 minutes, but your food's ready in 10. How do you make up for that, other 15 minutes? This is just me personally. I would not turn the knob back to get it back to off, because what you're doing is you're prematurely wearing out the spring mechanism that's in there. What I would do is just unplug your oven and just let it run its course. Let it do that extra 15 minutes. You'll know for next time not to go as far. That's how it works. Worst case scenario, if you're just using the oven for the first time, you're kind of getting into the habit of like, okay, well, how long does this take? And how long does that take to cook? What I would do is just do 10-minute increments. And if it cooks in 8, just let that last 2 minutes run out and just unplug the oven so that at least the heat's not on and you're not creating a fire hazard or a hazard or whatever. Anyways, another quick one. Let's say you're going to do some potatoes. You're going to roast some potatoes in here. I like to use the middle rack. So set it to the middle, right? My potatoes go in the pan. This goes here. I'm set and I'm good to go. What I would do in that case is do something like a bake. So I would go soft click, soft click, soft click to bake. I would go to like 350 degrees. Maybe depending on how big you cut those potato pieces, it could be 15 minutes, it could be 20, or it could be 25. At least you know they're going to cook. You got plenty of room in here. The air is going to be moving around on its own, right? Make sure to stay on bake. You're good to go. Let's say you want to make a steak, just real quick. So I would move this to the bottom. Oh, look at that. You could put your fish here. You could put your steak here. You could put your chicken here, chicken wings, chicken thighs, chicken legs, whatever the case may be, pork chops, whatever the case may be. All those pork drippings are going to go into this tray, right? They're going to go into this tray instead of dripping down, ruining your burner element, right? Causing a mess, smoke, fire. You get the idea. So all the drippings go in there, and then just kind of eyeball it. Like, don't go all the way to the edge with your meat. Just go only to, try to leave like a 1/4 of an inch all the way around the tray so that you know that the drippings are going to go in there. That should be enough to get you going for now. Toast. Let's say you're going to toast, right? Tom Cruise called me. He wants us toast. What you would do is you would go to toast, right? Soft click to toast. Remember, this has to be on toast, right? Broiled toast at 450. Remember, there should be an imaginary line there that kind of cuts off this knob from this knob. But go to toast, right? The toast setting there. Second knob, you're at the toast setting here. And then, like I said, if you're going to go for light toast, just go to maybe, if this is 10, this is 0, half of that would be 5. Maybe go to 5 and try that. pumpernickel, sourdough, artisan bread, whatever the case may be, different toast ratios at different toastiness. You kind of get the idea. Try it. If you need to add 2 minutes, add 2 minutes. If you've gone too long and you're like, oh my God, how do I shut it off like right now? Just unplug it. Just unplug it. That'll shut it off. But like I said, I wouldn't try to force the knob back because all you're doing is prematurely wearing out that spring that's in there. Can you do that? Sure. Go ahead. But you're just going to do some premature wear and tear. And like I said, if you do need to do longer bake times, longer cook times, always set a timer. Countertop timer. Put a timer next to wherever it is that you're sitting. If you're not sitting in the kitchen watching this for an hour and a half straight, which is what everybody should do, right? Right? Maybe not. Okay. But set a timer on your phone, countertop timer, whatever the case may be, something that you can hear, clear, audible, that says, hey, my food is ready. So that, remember, squeezy buttons, when you turn it on, make sure you squeezy button and turn it back off again. Got it? And then you get the idea. So yeah, like right now that I turned it on to toast, I am not going to turn it back. It's just going to do its thing. You can hear the timer clicking away, and I'm just going to let it run its course. If the oven was on and I was done cooking, again, I would pull out the plug and just let it run its course, and just that way there's no power or whatever. Last little bit, the light. So the light goes on when it's on, basically. So if this is off, usually the light shouldn't be on. If you turn it to stay on, the light will be on. And then obviously you have to close your door when you're cooking. You kind of get the idea. Pretty nice mechanism here. It's got like a little resistance there towards the bottom. And I think that's on purpose because as you use it and as it wears out, eventually this will become less and less resistant to close. But do make sure that this is closed all the way. Safety reasons, you get the idea. Anyways, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button down there below. Check out the video literally right after this one for more in-depth, detailed, longer version, 26-minute video of this video. There I am again. Hi, just waving, saying hello, and I'll catch you on the next exciting video. Like button, subscribe button down there. I'll put a link to this in the description. This has been one of the best toaster ovens I think I've purchased in a long time. Best bang for the buck, best value, you get the idea.